And it's just amazing to see how much a prosecutor can take advantage of somebody. Like, if they did this to me, imagine what they could have done to a person of color who doesn't maybe have the resources I do, or is not widely publicized like my case.
A conversation with Kyle Rittenhouse tonight in his first sit-down off the stand.
It comes just days after the world learned the 18-year-old would face no jail time for killing 2 protesters and injuring another last year.
Anthony Ponce is live tonight with more from the young man at the center of a polarizing case. Anthony?
Very polarizing. Dawn and Corey, if you didn't follow the trial very closely day to day, then a lot of what Kyle Rittenhouse said today on Tucker Carlson's program is going to come as a brand new perspective for you. Not only did he twice say that he not only supported the Black Lives Matter movement, but agreed with it, he also said that any narratives outside of him acting in self-defense that night, he called false.
I agree with the BLM movement. I agree everybody has the right to protest and assemble, but I do not agree that people have the right to burn down. I don't appreciate that people are burning down American cities to try to spread their message.
In a wide-ranging 1-hour interview, the now acquitted Kyle Rittenhouse tells the story of that night from his perspective, saying he never disagreed with BLM protesters' message, but was there to protect car lots in Kenosha, a city he referred to as, quote, my community, where he encountered rioters who threatened him with firearms of their own.
This is the second time he threatened to kill everybody. He said, I'm gonna effing kill you. I'm gonna cut your hearts out, you effing N-words.
Rittenhouse described being kicked in the face and hit on the back of his neck with a skateboard, leading him to fire his own weapon in self-defense. He described a harrowing time in jail with no running water, not being able to shower for 3 weeks.
I smelled terrible. I felt sick. I lost weight. My health was degrading. If I was in there for a month longer, I would have probably been in a hospital.
Responding to a question from Carlson about the narrative that he's a white supremacist and the subject of negative comments from even President Biden, Rittenhouse said this.
Mr. President, if I could say one thing to you, I would urge you to go back and watch the trial and understand the facts before you make a statement.
Rittenhouse says he now has to have security because he's scared for his life, wants to live a quiet, stress-free life, be a normal 18-year-old kid, and continue his education at Arizona State. He says he does not want to stay in Antioch.
I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go lay low and live my life and enjoy it.
In that interview tonight, Rittenhouse also called himself the victim of prosecutorial misconduct. He is, along with his legal team, considering taking legal action against the state of Wisconsin. As for his future, he told Carlson that he is considering a career in nursing, and having gone through what he has gone through, he's also considering a career in law. We are live downtown tonight. Anthony Ponce, Fox 32, Chicago.